Hey guys, and welcome back again to World of Tanks. I didn't plan on putting any of these up anymore recently, to be honest with you, mainly due to the fact that I don't actually have that many good tanks yet. However, I am, as you can see by the fact I'm driving a Black Prince, going for a Carnarvon. Actually, directly after playing this match, I got enough XP for it, so yay! But that's not the reason why I'm showing this one to you. The main reason is, it's a mix of one of some of the biggest failures I have ever seen in my life, ever. And as you can probably guess, they relate to the fact that that's a T1 Cunningham you can see right there, and a tier 7 match. And also the enemy team just flat out being completely and utterly terrible, and leading to one of the largest surprises I will ever see. Like, failure of this level is like trying to drag race in a Prius, or, you know, throwing a Ford Fiesta at the back of a C-130 with a parachute. Something along those lines, you know, just get in your mind something that just brings idiots to thought. So, I'm going to start this one off, and very, very early into the match you'll see why I was not suspecting this to be a good game. And this was my very, very first match of the night. I literally just came in and went, right, you know what, try to get the Carnarvon, I'll need another 2000 XP, let's go for it. And this is what happened. So, as we're going, I'm going to stay in free look, and I'll give you sort of the eyes out. Ones to look out for, this dude, obviously, because hell, who would miss it? Lol man, who's clearly a believer that, well, I don't know, I'm just going to guess that he's a fucking idiot, because, yeah, that seems fairly accurate. He is the T1 Cunningham's platoon mate, and then just everyone else having fun. So there we go, T1 Cunningham, oh, and he's dead. Well, I wonder who didn't see that coming. Now, lol man and Mr. VK friend that he's just met decide to shoot at each other, because, you know, that helps everything. I believe the, yep, something shoots someone else, and everything just, you know, yeah, just everyone kills each other. This dude over here, don't know what he's driving, I can, KV3, yeah, the KV3 shoots that. So, to recap, our Hellcat, 50% health, VK, dead, T1 Cunningham, gone. This IS3 right here, dad of 3, he decides to rage quit and leaves his IS3, so he's gone as well, so that puts us down 1 VK, down an IS, one of our best tanks, our only tier, well, apart from one other tank, our only tier 8, and a Hellcat on 50% health, probably not really going to give it his best attempt, due to the fact that his teammate's just been killed, and he's probably just going to be a bitch about it. So, that's us 3 tanks down, basically? Yeah, no wait, sorry, the T1 Cunningham actually taking up the spot of one of our tanks makes us 4 tanks down. So, it's already 4v15. You know, naturally, we're fairly certain that, well, fuck, because that's just a terrible, terrible scenario, and we're already just really, really annoyed. Well, as I've recently watched a Jingles video on not rage quitting, and I don't really think there's a point, you may as well go in, try to do some damage and save the repair cost of your tank. I've decided, screw it, go hill, tank the corner for a little bit, do a bit of damage, see what we can do, maybe we can pull it out, get a few kills, something along those lines. As you can see, we have quite a lot of tanks going this way, and an AMX is about to die a horrible, painful death. He's just been shot by me in a T29, and he's discovering that 240mm of spaced armour is really difficult to penetrate. Who would have thunk it? And, oh no, another, I believe that's the other AMX. Yes, it is. And a Carnarvon. That's the first dangerous tank we've seen. And backing up, the enemy, allied Carnarvon, apologies, comes up and rams me in the ass, because, hey, surprise butt sex, why not? And I decide to start taking some pot shots at the Carnarvon. Now, the Carnarvon has a magnificently well-armoured turret. It's got a lot of spaced armour that's very difficult to penetrate. So, right here, I'm just trying to go for the turret ring, because I know that's the only spot in the tank I can penetrate with any real chance. Unless I can get his hull, of course. Which, yeah, that's not happening. So I decided to shift fire over here to this AMX AC and go for the Commander's spotty majigger thing. I don't know, the thing that looks like the head off of that crazy reptilian dinosaur in the movie that I can't remember, because that was a bad reference. Shush. And look, yeah, we killed it. Yeah, let's just ignore me being an idiot. And then we get a shot in the Carnarvon. I'm actually trying to get out of this camera, but it's fucking with me hard. And as you can see there, we got some shots into the lower glacis of that enemy Carnarvon, because for some reason he's decided to push up. But, if you take a look over at the team screens, you'll notice they're already down 4. And some of their best tanks are dying. As you can see here, we're pummeling the Carnarvon, we're not taking any casualties of our own so far, and we're all basically on good health pools, and we are destroying their heavy tier 8s. So we just decide to keep pushing up. I've taken 2, is it only 2 rounds I believe so far to the turret, neither of which have penetrated. I think there's 1 or 2 more I take from the Carnarvon, but Well, the Carnarvon's gun is very, very good. I believe it has around 230 penetration. It can't get through to 140mm spaced armour. It just can't do it. Even firing the premium ammo, sometimes you'll struggle because that just doesn't go through spaced armour all that well. And there we go again, 300 damage from the T-29, a beautiful shot into the side. Yet again, this is where I get some lucky shots, because this is where the accuracy of the Black Prince's gun, 0.33, comes into effect. The top of the Carnarvon's turret, and to the right, is actually fairly badly armoured. It's one of the only real weak spots in the tank that you can go for with Fear, Certainty and Kill. And as you can see here, even a 17 pounder with like 170 penetration can go through it without any real difficulties. It's definitely one of the larger weak spots of the tank, so here we're just pummeling the tier 8s and they're going down without much of a fight. He's trying to do some damage, and well, all credit to that Carnarvon player. He did pick a good defensive position, he's got himself hull down, he's doing what he can. He's not going to beat 4 enemy tanks charging at him, he just isn't. Right here, I'm amazed and completely and utterly confuddled as I've just looked at the team lists and noticed, holy shit, we are winning 7-3. How in the name of the mighty... I don't know. Like, how the fuck? Just how does that happen? And a Tiger P somehow just makes it to the hill, only to find himself in the face of, what, four guns and be absolutely eviscerated. Right here, that I get some shots in on a Panther that is just... he must not be having an enjoyable day. He's just watched all of his tier 8s and tier 7s get absolutely murdered. I noticed some fairly heavy shots flying back and forth and decided I don't want to show them my lower glacis, so I'm backing up, retreat down the hill, and I'm going to plan on coming down around here and getting following that T-29 down. And this ISU quite sensibly decides to take up firing position. ISU, sorry, not ISU. Just decides to sit there and pour some shots down into the valley. And at this point, it's pretty much won. I mean, realistically, it's let me count here, 7 tanks versus 3, and while the enemy still has a Doom Turtle, their other 2 tanks are a flat Panzer, which, I mean, for fuck's sakes, it can get taken out by a small rise in the ground, and an E25, which has very little health. And even though the small mechanised go-kart that we attempt to call the E25 can be dangerous, it can't take on many of the tanks here. We just have far too much health available. It can't win. It's really not feasible. And the flat Panzer, I mean, hell, as I already said with the low ground comment, I mean, a flat Panzer could get taken out by a small rock. I'm safe to say I'm not entirely worried about that one. However, the Doom Turtle, yeah, that's a threat. But the way I look at it is we have at least 6 tanks in good positions, and this team's already shown that it does know how to play. You know, we made a couple of good decisions, and, well, it wasn't so much working together, more just the enemy making a massive cock-up. I'm fairly certain we can at least flank a goddamn Doom Turtle. I mean, for fuck's sakes, a Doom Turtle could be flanked by a bridge, it's that slow. So, as you can see here, I'm chasing an E25 in a Black Prince. I'll just let that one sink in for a second, you know, chasing an E25 in a Black Prince. I mean, it's not one that you would hear about all that often, and taking some random pot shots towards its last known position. And I decide to think that I'm in a rally car and make one of the stupidest moves I've ever done. Oh, well, that was... yeah, that was just idiotic. If this was War Thunder tank variants, I would have just did a barrel roll and earned 4 style points, but possibly lost the game. Never mind, because the issue 152 decides, oh look, a Jagdpanzer 4, and predictably ate it. And the T-28 is lamenting on the fact that he was forced to scout. As any of you who watch Quickie Baby know, however, T-28 is Super Scout. Almost T... I've just realised I've been saying T-95 this entire match, haven't I? Well, I'm going to look like a dumbass. And everyone, I want you to just pretend I was saying T-95. Just use your imagination. Come on, we all have one. Just best time to utilise it. Now, the T-28 is over there somewhere. I believe it is in maybe H7 around, and it's decided to come back down to the hill and murder us. However, thankfully, it's a T-28, and like a Doom Turtle, it does not have speed in abundance, safe to say. So while myself, the SU and the T-29 take some random pot shots, and as you can see, I believe at least one, yeah, one goes through. That may have been the T-29 firing HE. We win! After all of our team killing each other at the start. Somehow. I mean, what? How did... what? Yeah, honestly, I wasn't entirely certain how that happened, but I was incredibly happy with it. So basically, I believe I came out of that one with somewhere around 2k damage, and I don't know, maybe 3,000 experience as well, like a good pile of credits. I just don't know how. I'm honestly amazed. I mean, what? I mean, hey, it's been 10 minutes and I'm still confused as how that happened. I don't know. Basically, A, the enemy team either sucked ass, B, a leprechaun sucked off one of the members of our team and we were granted some emergency luck at some point, or perhaps C, maybe like as the enemy team was leaving the base, the T-28 got really fat, farted as it was going across the bridge and caused a hole which made 6 of their tanks fall down it and die. I have no idea. I just kind of wanted to share this one with everybody because I thought it broke some of the laws of physics somehow. I'll leave this one off there, guys, but just to show, never quit out your matches because sometimes stuff like this can just come to happen. And also this dude over here, the IS-3, yeah, fuck you. Catches.